So I'm a college dancer here at Reinhardt with a background in contemporary, jazz, ballet, and hip hop. I am a dance minor, so I have technique classes every day and rehearsals, and occasionally there's a lot of choreography heavy routines that consist of a lot of floor work, jumps, and turns. As a dancer, some typical performance demands for me include strength, endurance, flexibility, and being able to maintain my body and maintain that strength and maintain that flexibility. So, a lot of stretching and sometimes stretching past my limits, coordination, and then rapid mental processing, making sure I can come to class and not only be warm in my body, but be warm in my brain so I can remember combinations and apply corrections that teachers are giving me. And most of all, dance has a lot of demands on you physically. Sometimes you put your body through a lot, and with a lot of training, a lot of classes, and then exercises or Pilates at home on your own, all of that coming together can take a toll on your body. Because I'm a dance minor at Reinhardt, my current training schedule has been a little different this semester, but it has consisted of ballet technique classes every Tuesday and Thursday, and then a dance pedagogy class every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. While both of those classes are different, they still require a lot of demands. They require floor work, fast footwork, isolating your hips and still being able to turn out and rotate, especially in ballet, flexibility, breath control, of course, and being very in tune and engaged with your body, and then acting intensity. In my dance pedagogy class, we experienced a lot with speed changes, energy changes, and directional changes. So I think that goes hand in hand with the acting intensity. It is very important to me as a performer to maintain consistent physical activity and achieve several key benefits at the same time, and to share this with other dancers as well. Those risk factors include hip alignment, turnout demands, and then commonly tight muscles or weak muscles or even fatigue. Another risk factor I have is tight hip flexors, and because of that, it can lead to an anterior pelvic tilt, which eventually leads to lower back tension. Another risk factor is hypermobile ankles. Because of having hypermobile ankles, you will have improved range, but decreased stability. So your ankles will be really flexible, which gives you a really pretty arch and a really pretty foot, but you have a higher risk of sprains. With contemporary, a lot of the times you use your back, you're twisting in weird ways, experiencing new shapes, but contemporary usually requires a lot of high spine articulation, and that can put a lot of pressure on your back. Even in ballet with your arabesques, can put strain on your back. A past injury that I have experienced is tearing my hamstring. I was in class doing a lift with my partner, and we fell, and I fell into a split without being warm, and I tore my hamstring. Some environmental risk factors include marley floor, footwear, making sure you have proper shoes, to break some tension with your feet if you're doing jumps or whatever you may be doing. So limited shock absorption. And then again, surfaces, marley floor. It is safe, but it can be slippery at times. There is hardwood floor in some studios. So I guess, again, being mindful of shock absorption. And then choreography style. It can include jumps, floor work, spinal articulation, and then that eventually can lead to stress on your wrist, your knees, and your lumbar spine. Now, some lifestyle factors, which I did includes nutrition, sleep, and stress, is to drink water and make sure I'm getting enough fuel to carry me through class. If I've noticed that if I don't eat something before class or even after, I'm not going to come to class as my best self and be able to perform well because I'm tired and I don't have anything to keep me going or give me that energy. But nutrition needs consistent fueling, carbs, protein. Because of long rehearsals, again, you need that energy. And then sleep. Sleep is so important, especially being in college and school. College can limit rest, and that can affect your recovery. For me, this plan easily fits into my schedule. There's always time throughout your day, even if it's just an hour, to take the time and devote it towards your body or towards injury and recovery. For me, after all of my classes, I at least have 1 hour of free time before my next class or anything that I have to do. For next semester, I'm not quite sure exactly how that's going to look, but I know for me, this plan is something I can do every single day, which that is the goal. And I could even do it, I can wake up early in the morning and do it before class, or before I go to bed late at night after stretching, I could do it then. On Mondays, I can focus on glute activation with the glute exercises. On Tuesdays, I can focus on glutes and core, so maybe throw in some more ab exercises and hone in more on planks. On Wednesdays, I can focus on ankle stability, so continue to do those ankle rises. You can use a TheraBand to roll out the ankles, but mostly those calf rises will really help with ankle stability, which is something I struggle with, especially having ankle ankles, and then recovery sessions to go with ankle stability. Thursdays, I hit cardio, cool down breathing afterwards. Friday, flexibility, stretching, and then Saturdays and Sundays, I can continue to do those stretches or rest. Next are entry warning signs that are specific. Persistent muscle soreness after 48 hours. That's one. Next one is fatigue causing foamy tummy, turnout, low back pain, especially during extension, and then hip flexor tightness. I experienced those most of the day, so those kind of stand out to me. I know to kind of take that back. Sharp ankle pain or repeated rolling out in feet, which that does lead more risk of sprain. And then the last one is your knees collapsing inward during landings. That is an ACL risk. For me, peak performance times is usually Nutcracker season and spring recitals. This year I'm not doing the Nutcracker, but if I was, for me, that would look like reduce heavy strength training, increasing sleep and hydration, really focusing more on getting rest, using shorter warm-ups, especially for show days. I would do a shorter warm-up, a shorter bar, but I would add more joint-specific activation, such as hips and ankles, and even really warming up my back. For double show days, again, a shorter warm-up, but more targeted towards ankles, core, hips, glutes, mandatory cool down. Afterwards, legs up the wall, especially throughout the whole show, and with point shoes, keeping my legs up on a wall or propped up, letting blood flow get back. Small snacks between shows, such as bananas, granola bar, Gatorade, daily foam rolling. Afterwards, when I'd get home at night, I would ice my feet, Epsom salt baths, daily foam rolling. We'd have massage guns and really focus on our quads, our glutes if they're tight, and foot care. Rolling our foot on a tennis ball, icing our feet was really beneficial. And lastly, really acknowledging everything going on in our body. If there was a cramp, if something felt torn, twisted, really taking the time to acknowledge that. So for the next show or the next day, you can know how to go in and be prepared and try your best to not tweak it or overwork it any more than Darty is. Turnout control. Next, we're going to do clamshells, which helps strengthen the gluteus medius and minimus to help with meal planning and for better turnout rotation. And make sure to do both sides the same amount so you're even. Next, we're going to do calf raises to help with ankle stability and with the Achilles tendon. Last, we are going to do a plank with shoulder taps to help strengthen your core and provide shoulder girdle stability. Next, we'll be focusing on conditioning and cross-training. My first section will be strength training, which I will do 2 to 3 times a week, and it'll consist of glute strengthening, which consists lateral band walks and single leg RDLs. Next is core stability, which contains dead bugs and side planks. And then lastly, ankle stability, which will be single leg balances, preferably on foam. I don't have foam at my house. And then TheraBand resisted plantar flexion or dorsiflexion. Then it will be flexibility training, which can be before class or after class, and that includes hamstring and hip flexor stretches, your thoracic spine rotations, calf and Achilles stretches, and then quads and glute stretching. And then finally is cardiovascular conditioning, which I'll do 2 times a week, and that is 20 or 30 minutes steady state cardio, so like running, like jogs in the morning. The goal of my prevention plan is to activate muscles, increase blood flow, and prepare joints and muscles for multi-directional dance movement while maintaining a healthy mind.